Next, we'll go back to integrations and we'll complete our Cin7 core integration. Once the Cin7 core integration opens, it'll ask you to select your Cin7 core account ID as well as an application key. In order to locate this, you can go directly into Cin7 and then click on Integration. From there, in the left-hand side menu, you can click API. Then click on the Cin7 core API. What you'll see is you can either add an API at the top by clicking plus, or alternatively, you can select the correct API. You'll see here that I've got an account ID and a key. I simply copy those across, add them into these fields here, and then I'll submit. Once you submit, what will happen is all of the fields from payment term downwards will automatically pop up. In payment term, you don't need to change what's in there. That's just a default, and all of your payment terms will come across. As far as your tax rule is concerned, depending on what country you're in and what industry you're in, the tax rule in Australia will generally be GST on income. In the US, it may be no tax. And if you're operating with fresh fruit and vegetables or fresh produce, you may not require GST to be added. The next field is accounts receivable. This will always be accounts receivable. The revenue account should match up with the revenue account that you stipulated in Xero. Your default price tier, again, this is just a default. Every time you create a sale, that price tier will change. The sales rep, same deal as the price tier. Every time you create a new sale, the sales rep will need to be selected. The next couple you can leave blank, which are default carrier and default location. And the rest of these fields, again, are for custom integrations. Then at the very bottom, you can toggle on enable deposit payments. The standard default will be set to off, but once you turn that on, you'll see a few different fields. The first is bank account. Again, just ensure that that bank account matches up with the bank account that you had in Xero. Next, you've got the pencil clearing account. Again, just ensure that that says pencil clearing account. And lastly, we give you the ability to accept payment at quote, order, or invoice stage within Cin7. So again, you can turn on what stages you want to accept those payments at. So you'll see here that I've got on quote turned on. And it says 50%. What that means is that every time I create a quote, all I'm expecting for the customer to pay is a 50% deposit. Next, you've got on order. You'll see here I've got 100%. That means every time I create and send an order, I ask the customer to pay the whole amount. And I've got the exact same setting for invoice. All I do is scroll down to the bottom and hit save. There are other settings. However, if you wish for a little bit more support, you can email support@pencilpay.com.